One second. Are we live? Chat. Where's chat again? One second. Okay, that worked. So there's commercials. And the commercials do help the channel. I noticed that we're 1,900 subscribers. Thank you to every one of you that subscribed and you're watching my videos and following me along my financial peace journey to become a baby steps millionaire. We're going to talk about my progress update. Some things have changed. Just the way that I follow Dave Ramsey living in Canada, and also with how I'm handling my disability overpayment. So we get to talk about that today. So chat is open. Leave your comments in chat while we're live. And if you're watching on the replay, leave your comments in the comment box and I will review them. And hopefully I get to answer on your comment. So, okay. Right. I'm thinking too much. So, so let's share my screen so you can see what I'm looking at, and make sure that is working because I can't always see. Working with one monitor is difficult, so yeah. So this is the February budget for 2022. So February 22, so far I've spent, where's my spending? $1,372. That was mostly in my four walls category: rent, tenant insurance, electricity, my internet bill, cell phone, a little bit of groceries. So groceries we spent so far $108.62, and February is almost over. So that is pretty interesting that the month is almost over. I've eaten meals every single day and I've spent $108.62. Plus I do have stuff in my freezer. I have frozen vegetables in my freezer. And then I have frozen breakfast sausages in my freezer. There's frozen juice in my freezer. So yeah, I kind of just fill up the fridge with fresh items, and then we figure out what can I do with what I have so I can eat. We loaded $5 on my transportation card. Yeah, and then credit card. So my Capital One credit card, they got their minimum payment of $36, but I gave them $37. And with the budget of how I am in the baby steps, and was speaking with my disability caseworker, and my eligibility for being on Ontario Disability Support Program, and being self-employed, it was a lot of information I needed to know so that I can keep accessing my disability benefits and getting the income disability support that I need when I'm entitled to it. Also, how do I move forward with my plan of eventually not getting Ontario Disability Support Program? So, my disability overpayment is $4,859.52 at 0% interest. We worked out in my budget that to pay that off in 12 months, it's $404.96. Minimum payment for that is $64.90. And according to the spreadsheet that I have, $64.90 will pay off my disability overpayment in 75 months. I don't want it to happen in 75 months. So how do I make it happen faster? I determined that if I give them $1,200. I don't know, once a year, a couple times a year. It would take me, so if I do $1,200 every month, it'd be gone in 4 months. But since my income is irregular and unpredictable, um, minimum payment always. And the minimum payment comes from, wait, minimum payment. The minimum payment comes from my disability amount. So my total amount should be 1454. They say I have an overpayment that I owe them money. They take my entitlement money, my allowance money, the disability allowance money, to pay down the overpayment that they say I have too much money. Yeah, it's a little like it's too it's so confusing sometimes. Yeah. So now I'm looking at, because I see that as debt, and I see me not getting my full 1454 as a little bit of a burden. I want to pay the overpayment a little faster so I can get back to getting my full entitlement amount from disability while going to college, working self-employed, managing my disability, and living my life. Yeah. So, did I bore you? I bored myself. I did. I bored myself with that explanation, but it's part of me working the baby steps. It's part of me working through the baby steps of, if you have debt, you pay it off as fast as you can. Because the disability overpayment is government debt. According to the baby steps, that would be first in the baby step order. But because for me, taking it personal finance, and it's because I have that overpayment, I have that like owing amount to the provincial government because it's a disability and I have a disability. I'm going to move that amount to the second line in my debt snowball, where I focus on paying my credit card first, and then I pay off the disability overpayment. Again, a lot of these little details, they can be super boring. Super, super boring. Like, I really don't know what to tell you. And then my net worth right now, I think we updated some of the numbers. So, like, and because, okay, so like my registered disability savings plan is invested in low cost exchange traded funds. Actually, all of my investments are now exchange traded funds. My balance on them of my investment portfolio changes constantly. So, like last time I went in there and looked, it said that my net worth is $46,631.75. $6,140 is savings, and $5,129 is my college savings. I'll be using the cash flow college, and I'm back to a $1,000 emergency fund so that I can do this. I don't know, pay the overpayment, pay my credit card, and invest, because I want to keep making sure I get all of my grants, my matching grants from the government in my registered disability savings plan, and the minimum amount I need to contribute in my registered disability savings plan so that I can get all the grants and savings bonds that are under the disability qualification criteria that I get. I have to put in $3,500 by December 31st. Yeah. So this is where baby steps are great, but depending on your country, you want to make sure you're accessing everything that's available to you. Like, I like taking this baby step approach. I do one step at a time. And when I get to a halfway point in the baby steps, I do multiple steps at one time. So, yes, I will have to increase back my emergency fund while I'm going to college. I like me having a, the goal, this didn't change. I didn't change this amount. We're at 1,000. Right, so close that. Okay, so 3,390. Um, oh, Wait, hold on. Okay, there it is. 300, 990. No, 390. How are you getting 390? Where's that? Oh, it's in the budget. Right, the budget. Hold on. So savings. Oh, okay. So I wanted to put $500 into my emergency fund this month, even though it's back at 1,000. So it's back at 1,000. It was 990. Right, starting balance was 990 for the month. Now, yeah, birthday money. Yeah, I confused myself. I did. Yeah, so beginning of the month we had, right, so new balance. So I don't confuse myself. And then so we put in, so birthday money. Grandma and my mom gave me money, and I made sure that I put $100 into my college savings account, and then I put $100 into rebuilding my emergency fund. So because I want to make sure I have 1 year of tuition ready for September, where I move money around in my emergency fund to be part college, part emergency fund. This is how we, and then because of the baby steps the way they are, because yes, I have credit card debt and I have my disability overpayment, I'm back at baby step one. Yeah. So if you're following Dave Ramsey exactly, I'm baby step one because my debt is my credit card and my disability overpayment. That is government debt, and credit card debt is just credit card debt. And then we're back at baby step one, and then I pay off baby step two, but I make sure I cash flow college. Yeah, but I'm not pausing my retirement account for my disability savings plan investment account, because that would be dumb. Like it would just be dumb. Like it just would, like, because there's a time limit on my disability savings account being eligible for the disability tax credit, that I want to make sure that I do the minimum contribution amount so that I access the my grants and savings bonds. I'm not going to throw away grants and savings bonds because I'm doing the Dave Ramsey plan. Like, we're not. Like, I've been rambling so much. I don't even know what to tell you. But like that is, like, this is the update. Like, I'm I'm in college. I'm back in college. I need a cash flow college as much as possible. I don't want to go in student loan debt again. So we're making sure I have cash. And then when college comes up, September, August, that time frame, I will apply for disability grants from the student loan program that's in Ontario. And as far as I know, as long as I graduate my program, the disability grants are money that I do not have to pay back. So that is the plan. I'm going into accounting and finance. I There's a 2 year program, a 3 year program for a diploma, and I need a 3 year diploma before I apply for the degree program. And then if I already have the 3 year diploma program, the college said that I only need to take 2 years out of the degree program to have my degree in accounting and accounting, not finance. Finance is a separate degree. So the accounting degree is what we're focused on first. Then there is a finance postgraduate certificate for 8 months. That I'll take either before my degree or after the degree. And then, of course, do I want to go for the CPA, Certified Financial Planner designation, or the Bankruptcy and Solvency Trustee License designation? There's so many, like accounting and finance. When I did my research, there is so many options of what I could use it for, like in the job market, being an employee, or running my own business and staying self-employed. And from what I know about me and the world and the pandemic and all of that, it makes sense to always be self employed all of the time. Like if you can be self-employed, just be self-employed. So this is what we're doing. We're going to be self-employed and then make sure I invest for my future. So like with investing for the future and all of that, I kind of have to make sure that I'm putting in, where's that gets compound interest calculator? Where is it? Um, because we did some math. Like it's just so weird of how compound interest works, and I need to get investing regularly every single month as much as possible until, because I can't depend on the government for my retirement income. Like based on I'm age 65, what is my income at age 65 type of thing. I really need to do it myself and make sure it's there because I don't know if I'll get an employer after college. I don't know. And I know that the disability support program that I'm on for income support is already limited. Even if it changes and makes it, I don't know, somewhat better for my living situation, my like lifestyle situation, they're still going to find ways to make being on social assistance as difficult as possible. It's just what the government does. Like, and I really hate that. Okay, we have 28 years. So compound interest calculator. I need to get on with investing as much as possible so that I can actually get where I need to go. So like right now my initial investment, starting my investments is, okay, let's do a bit. Well, actually no, that's a weird account. Okay. So I'm trying something. I'm doing some weird math to see what I need to reach my $1 million net worth, assuming that I pay off baby step 2 as fast as I can, my disability overpayment and the credit card. Like it's so weird. Like I don't know. I'm following Dave Ramsey and I'm not following Dave Ramsey. Like I want to be following Dave Ramsey, but the more I know about what it is to live in my country and the Dave Ramsey plan, I'm not. But being a millionaire, I want that. I do. Proven plan with the baby steps? Yes, it is. It is. Proven it like the doing the baby steps in the beginning showed me that I can take control of my money and be in charge of my finances and control my future. That is not dependent on social assistance, some government tax credit, or will I or will I not be eligible as disabled according to government and private organizations. It's super annoying. Like the government could turn around and say I'm not disabled for having multiple sclerosis and bipolar and my mental illness. Like the government could turn around and say no, I'm not, because the government's determined. Like it's just so, yeah, it's super annoying. It's super annoying. It is super annoying of how that works. Of the government can turn around and be like, no, you're not disabled. No. Like I know you have limitations. The doctor says you have limitations, but according to our definition, you're not disabled. Like they could fully turn around and do that. And of course, it would cause a whole havoc and people protesting and whatever, but they still could do that. They could fully ignore people that have challenges, mental or physical, and say, we don't recognize disability people because we're letting other people make that decision. Yeah, I'm trying not to have that happen for myself at all. I'm trying not to have that happen. So yeah, progress is I'm cash flowing college, paying off my credit card debt, paying off my disability debt, um, and then I'm keeping investing in my registered disability savings plan. And is it Dave Ramsey? No. Is it financial independence? Yes. Will it does it put me on a path of becoming a millionaire? Yes. Um, why is it called baby steps? Because I can't do all of it in one day. It's 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 gonna happen when it happens. As long as I do the things I need to do to make it happen. That. Where's my chat box? Okay, so chat, it's been open. I've been rambling on for 20 minutes. If you stayed on this long, it's been wonderful. First time seeing my face, you want to see more of this face, subscribe to this channel. Oh, hey, relaxation. I was about to log off. I was fully ready to log off. I was fully, so, okay. So since Abundance Relaxation left a comment, if there's questions in chat, I will answer questions in chat. I just went over my progress update in my financial independence journey, becoming a millionaire. I'm back with $1,000 emergency fund. I'm cash flowing my college degree. I realized that you just joined, and I've been here. I fully said everything I need to say in the first 20 minutes. So when we're done here, I suggest watching the replay so you know what I was talking about. But I'll recap it for you. Oh, thank you, relaxation. Yeah, so I'm back at baby step one for my, hold on, where is it? Um, so we, all right. So I pop out chat again, and then I'm gonna share my screen. All right, real quick. Yeah, I mean, keep posting in chat so I know you're here because I want to recap what we did real quick. Oh, I didn't even do the compound interest calculator. I really need to do that. Um, I just need to pick an initial investment, $908.03. Okay, so $908. If I do monthly 1500 for the next 28 years, what is that going to be? Oh, 1.5 million. Oh, okay. Hold on. I need to show this. Um, okay. So, so I've already established I followed the bait. Of course you are. Um, so I've already established that first time around in my financial independence journey, when I had my I had it moment and I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, I followed the baby steps exactly as Dave Ramsey wanted. I had a 250 emergency fund for the beginning of my journey, and then when it came to minimum, like I had, it's on my channel. When I did my first budget on my channel, when I had my credit card, payday loan, student loan, and the minimum payments was $871 a month. And because of being on disability and self-employment, being irregular income, usually a low income bracket below the poverty line, I wasn't making progress. So 2019 December, I filed bankruptcy with a licensed insolvency trustee. They determined that a consumer proposal would be best. So the consumer proposal settled all of my debts at that time, $6,000 at $100 a month for 5 years, and I paid that off from December 2019 to August 2020 in 9 months. Oh, so okay, right now on the screen is Every Dollar. So that's everydollar.com. I use that to track my spending. I set up my budget in there that matches my spreadsheet. I made my own spreadsheet that I really need to share my spreadsheet on my Ko-fi store. Because yeah, I do a combination of both. I have Every Dollar on my phone, on my iPhone, and then I make my spreadsheet because so when I want to make changes in my budget, I go to my spreadsheet. I and then beginning of the month and end of the month, I'm in every dollar. And on my iPhone, every time I buy a stick of gum, and I spend $1 or whatever it is, it goes in every dollar in the category. It goes in every dollar, and so like I wish I had transactions to show you because you just drag and drop each transaction. So like the other day I spent $5.47 at the grocery store. Um, so I made an entry of $5.45. It had a little bubble up here that said one transaction. I clicked the transaction and I slided it over to grocery store, and then my grocery spending for the month is $108.62. And that's pretty much it. So like January, where's January? January I spent for the whole month $1,663. And no, wait, that's giving. Oh, I thought it was rent. So there's my giving, and then you can change all your. So every month is different. So like here, my giving, I put in my spending category. I believe for February, I make giving its own major category, and then I have subcategories in for giving. So gifts, charities, and my tithe to the church. And the thing is, with tithe to the church, I don't do that every single month. I'm not super, super religious in believing in the tithe. I actually don't believe in the tithe, but that's a whole personal thing I really don't want to get into. But giving, yeah, I believe in giving to charities and people. Like, I'd rather give gifts to people that I know, or just like content creators I support. So, like, there's Disabled Girl on Fire in the US. She is doing her best life in America, living on her disability social assistance program, and she has her dog walking business. Then she started this furniture recycling business. She's just doing it. She has a house, she has a car, she is running around with her little business, making money while disabled, and of course, the full time job of taking care of your disabilities and making sure doctors are doing their job properly. Um, okay. Oh, cool, you're in Atlanta. I am not, I've been there, but I'm in Canada. So, yeah, so here's the thing about the baby steps. It's the number one thing that I know works when you follow the plan. So, like, baby steps basically works like this. First, you make your budget for the month. It doesn't matter, like, if you found Dave Ramsey today, you would make your budget from now until the end of the month. And then March, you would make, so come February 28th, you're making your budget for the whole entire month of March. Then when March comes up, you are tracking your spending in the month of March. So when March, where's my last March? Since March is next. So last year, March, I spent 1413. Really? Okay, sure. I don't remember spending that, but okay. Right. And then, so yeah, March, I had different categories in my budget. I label them as debt, transportation, everyday living, food, housing, investing, saving, taxes, and giving. And back in March, I spent $1,089.91 on housing, which is, yeah, that's true. My housing is, I'm renting, so my rent is pretty affordable because I've been living here for 14 years. So, yeah, and it's just what it is. So, like, oh yeah, my tent insurance, what? Okay. See, I don't really go back in time and look at my past spending. This only because March is next month. I want to show you guys you do your budget every single month. I've been doing my little budget every single month on every dollar and my spreadsheet. Here's 2019. It keeps for 2019. But on my channel, we have all of 2019. I think I started December 2018. We did all of 2021. We're doing all of 2022. I paid off debt. I opened my investment accounts. I'm cash flowing college. So while doing the baby steps, I discovered I wanted to go back to college. And from listening to the Ken Coleman show, the way that he answers the questions on his radio show got me to think about me going into accounting. So here we are. Now I have, where's my spreadsheet? I have $5,129.11 ready to pay for college come September 2022. Yeah, and I need more money in that account. And I also do need to beef up my emergency fund, but I have to pay my credit card first and then my disability overpayment right after I pay off the credit card. So I'll be, yeah, I'm doing multiple things because I went to the baby steps first round. First round, I followed the baby steps exactly. Round two, I realized that I wasn't going to make huge, fast progress on my debt payoff because of my low income. Living below the poverty line is super stressful. So then I went to the bankruptcy trustee in Canada. They like their license. They have to give you a free consultation. They go through vigorous training to become a bankruptcy trustee, and it's part of the government of Canada licensed bankruptcy trustees. So it's very different than a money coach or financial advisor or an accountant. Licensee bankruptcy trustees, they could start as financial advisors or accountants, but to actually be under the bankruptcy trustee superintendent of bankruptcy, it's a super like for me to really see how serious bankruptcy trustees are in Canada. It was like a full on government complicated website where it got me to see that financial coaches, financial advisors, financial planning, accountings, each one of them have legitimate, registered, regulated titles, and then there's not. Yeah. So for that, if you're in Canada, do your research. For anybody that claims to be handling your money or giving you money advice or the bank or like just it's your money. Make sure that people are telling like giving you advice about your money, they're actually trained and qualified to do it and they have a track record. That like I mean financial coaches are good, but I ended up hiring a financial coach from Dave Ramsey in the middle of my debt because I wanted somebody to give me that accountability, that push. You can also do that with a life coach. I mean, you don't necessarily need a money coach to do it, but it does help when their only focus is on making sure that your money is reaching the goals that it's supposed to reach. So there's that. Like I just learned a lot. I grew so much from my first video where I'm wearing the pink shirt, then the green shirt, and I'm tired and exhausted. And I knew I wanted something, but I just couldn't figure out how to put it together. Doing the baby steps got me to figure out how to put it together. Like, the baby steps got me to put it together. Um, and then the whole credit card debt. It's a joke. It's a funny joke. It's a joke in the sense where I went through in my lifetime bankruptcy, consumer proposal, from 18 to 37. Capital One has given me a card 4 times. First time it was 300, then it was 500, and then another 300 card and a 5 and then the increased my limit to 500. Then after I got discharged and finished with the consumer proposal, they gave me a card for $1,000. I'm not worried about my credit. I will make sure the company gets their minimum payment. because legally it says I have to pay the minimum payment or they'll send me to collections. I don't need collection calls calling me. So to avoid having calls from collections, I will pay my minimum payment on my credit card before that happens. My cell phone is on a pay as you go month to month plan with a smaller company of the bigger company, $45.20 a month. And then my bigger corporate fast speed internet, that is where I'm paying like 135 a month because I kept calling them with the internet. So I need a certain speed of internet to do my job as a cam model. Being a live stream content creator, I need a certain speed to make sure that's good. But the thing is, to get that good speed, that good, fast, solid speed of internet, it comes with going with the big companies, the big monopoly companies. So I chose Bell Canada for my internet service, and my building has tables and promotions for Rogers for their internet and phone and TV services. So basically, when you need the best top of the line services and you're in a big city, you're typically going with the monopoly companies for your internet or cell phone or whatever. Because I was able to not go with a big company for my cell phone, and I focused on which one was more important. So more important was internet, and then my cell phone, it's okay. It's still an iPhone, but the internet speed, the Wi-Fi speed on my cell phone, it's horrible. It's flat out horrible. It's super. But when you think about it, what are you talking about? I'm fully trying to stick to the topic of why I made the live stream. Oh, like, okay, so if you're asking if I do phone chat, I don't. As a webcam model, I work specific platforms for that entertainment services, and it's just like it's a job. It's when I'm working there, I'm working there. Like when I'm working there, I'm working there. When I'm here doing my YouTube financial independence journey, it's me showing you how I use my money so I can reach $1 million net worth. That's it. It just happens to come from me working as a cam model. And then when I graduate college, and then I have my accounting job, you'll see my accounting paychecks in my budget on top of my online business and on top of my webcam model income, helping me reach $1 million, plus also helping me buy my first house. And I may or may not buy my first car. Um, yeah, I've just reached a level of whatever industry, job, business I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. And every dollar, dime, or nickel I make will follow through the baby steps so that I can have millions of dollars in my bank account. Yeah. And then, sharing the journey of what I'm doing along the way so people can act like, yeah, if I can become a millionaire and you see me do it, and you've been watching my videos, watching me do it, and you don't do it, you don't want it. That's just the way I saw it. Like I was watching Dave Ramsey, the shows Debt Free Screams for what, 3 years. Yeah, and like so many people were coming up on the show to stream off I paid off debt, and I go back home. You really think about it. They go on the Dave Ramsey show. They say I'm debt free. Dave Ramsey interviews them for 6, 7 minutes. Then they go home. And I was like, well, I can do that. Yeah, that's just the way I saw it. I just why are so many people saying they paid off their house, they paid off their car, they paid off their student loan, they paid off their credit card, and then some people that were doing their debt-free screams, they were also disabled, or they were veterans, or they had a criminal past or a drug habit. That means the baby steps covers everybody. It covers everybody. And I searched for the stories of people that were past criminals, past drug addicts, disabled, low income, homeless, but not like homeless to millionaire, don't have high school education, dropped out of college, that called into the Dave Ramsey show to share their story that they follow the baby steps and they're now a millionaire. It, it's like 5 years of me doing that. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. Okay, 6 years. So 6 years of me watching the Dave Ramsey show just to listen to people that are Canadian, disabled, low income, um, veterans that have a disability, regular people that have a disability, calling in so that they can take charge of their finances and not be stressed out and actually live in financial peace. Yeah. So, yeah. Where are we? I think we're good. I think we're good on the talking. Yeah, 40 minutes. Yeah, I mean, they're really like Um, I'm back on baby step one officially. If we're following which baby step in the way Dave Ramsey teaches it, I'm back at baby step one and I'm cash flowing college. Actually, no, I finished baby step one. So yeah, I have my 1,000. I forgot. So I have my $1,000 emergency fund. I'm going to pay my credit card first in the debt snowball, then my disability overpayment while cash flowing college. Yeah, and here's the thing. Of people that are on the social assistance program that I'm on, their bad advice, their normal broke advice is to try tell me not to pay off my disability overpayment quickly. I mean, I'm not them. I have different abilities and different way I manage my disability, and I have different resources and a different mindset and thinking of how I view my disability overpayment, that I see it as debt, I see it as a problem, and I see it as robbing me from getting my full maximum disability benefits that I need to take care of my four walls. Four walls being shelter, food, clothing, transportation. So I need to make sure that I always get access to that full amount of money according to being eligible for being disabled and needing income support. Yeah, I've said this. I've said, if you've been watching the whole video, I've said this. I've said this plan. I've said I have my baby step one. I'm going back, following the baby steps to get off paying credit card and my disability overpayment, and I'm cash flowing college, and I'm keeping all my disability um, income support, investment account, health insurance active and eligible while I do this whole process. Where it'd be nice by the time I graduate from accounting that the only thing I need for my disability would be health insurance. Like, it'd be so nice if all of my income that comes in for the whole month is all mine from my own work, from my own efforts, and it's going into spending, saving, investing, and giving, and taxes. I can't avoid taxes, but I can't avoid debt. That's the weirdest thing. You can avoid debt, you can lower your taxes, but you can't avoid taxes. You can control your spending, you can control your savings, you can control your investing. That'd be good for my presentation coming up next week for my college class. Because I decided in my college class that I was going to present on the baby steps. I'm gonna have to put that in there. This is good. It's kind of a good thing I did this presentation here. Yeah, so I'm all motivated about what's going on. You will see the progress. I will update on the progress, and I will see you on the next one. Smooch.